Hello guys, this is Rupesh and you are watching CVNet's video series on binary search interview questions, and this is about finding the minimum distance between two nodes in a binary tree. So I'll tell you what is the minimum distance between two nodes meaning. So binary tree is clear, right? Like this is a binary tree. Any node can have at max two children. So this is the binary tree. This is very clear. What is the minimum distance between two nodes? So the minimum distance between 4 and 6 is like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the minimum distance is 4. Minimum distance between 4 and 5 is 1, 2. Minimum distance between 5 and 2 is 1, 2, 3. So given any two nodes, like maybe I can give you like 4 and 5. So this is n1 and this is n2. You have to tell me like what is the distance between these two nodes? And the answer would be 2 here because we have 4 and 5. So 1 and then 2, correct? So basically there are three different ways to achieve the same thing. And the first one is, let's suppose for the simplicity, you are looking for the distance between this one and this one. So your n1 is 4 and n2 is 5. Okay, so you want the distance between 4 and 5. First way is you find the distance of n1 from root. So this is like 1 and 2. Okay, so what is that? Distance from root to n1 plus distance from root to n2, which is like 1 and 2. Okay, so this is clear. Now minus twice the distance from root to LCA. If you don't know what is LCA, I have a video for that, how to find the LCA of two nodes. So basically LCA is the parent, the least common ancestor. The full form of LCA is least common ancestor. So this is 2, this is 2, and minus 2 into distance from root to LCA is, so what is LCA here? LCA is 3. So the least common ancestor for 4 and 5 is 3. Okay, to understand this LCA more, let's talk about what is the distance, LCA for 4 and 2. LCA is 1 for 4 and 2. So you have to see the immediate parent. LCA of 3 and 2 is 1. LCA of 2 and 6 is obviously 2. Yeah, this is correct. LCA of 2 and 6 is 2. LCA of 6 and 6 is 6. Okay, so this is LCA. So for this case, LCA for 4 and 5 is 3. So the distance from root to LCA is 1. So this is your root, right? We have root here. So this is your root from root to LCA, which is 3, is 1 only, right? So this is 1. Now you calculate. The answer is 2. See, it is correct answer. Why twice here? Because you would be traveling from here to here 2 times, right? In order to calculate this particular distance and this particular distance. So distance from here to here actually contains distance from root to LCA plus LCA to N1, correct? So this distance from root to N1 is nothing but root to LCA plus LCA to N1, right? And similarly, this one is root to LCA and then LCA to N2, right? This is N2. So that's why you see root to LCA is 2 times. That's why you have to remove that from the calculation 2 times. So this is clear. Now let's talk about the complexity. As you can see, you are going for this distance calculation and this distance calculation. So this is like n plus n, and then you are going for this one, right? This is n. So it's like you have 3n, and 3 is the constant, but we have better solution for this problem. Okay, now let's see that. So second is find this LCA. You know this is LCA, right? Least common ancestor. So apply algorithm to find LCA. You will be given root n1 and 2. Okay, so you have your LCA, which is this 3. Now use this LCA to find the level to n1 and n2. So meaning from LCA you will find how many levels down you have to go to reach n1, and same for n2. But for us it is like only one level down. So it will be like find the level from LCA to N1. This is going to be your distance 1, and distance 2 is going to be find the level from LCA to N2. This is going to be a distance 2, and then if you will add them, then you have your answer, which is 2, because distance 1 is going to be 1, because from here to here only one level distance, and from here to here only one level distance. So both of them are going to return 1 and 1, and the result is 1 plus 1, 2, which is correct. But this is also like you have to find this LCA, and then you have to find the level from here to here, and then from here to here. So this is also not so good algorithm. What if you could do this minimum distance finding in one pass? Yes, that is possible, and a little tricky. So let's see that now. Now if you look at this code very carefully, you can solve this whole thing in single pass. So it just take find the minimum distance with root n1 and n2. So this is your root, and n1 and n2 are 4 and 5. Okay. Now if you have followed my previous videos, I have explained what is this region and what is this whole region. So this whole binary call work like this. You have this function which you call from here, you go left, and the same function you call and you try to go to right. Okay, and you close this function here. I'll just quickly explain this whole thing so that you can understand this better. Okay, so if you see this, it is actually mapping to this function. So this is your function call here. Okay, and this function with left and function with going right is like you're going to call the same function with root left, so you're going to left. Okay, and similarly you're going to call the right. So this is exact replica of this one. Now let's understand by what is this region R1 and this region R2 is. So region R1 is the moment you are reaching to any node and you think you want to do some operation while you are reaching to some node. It can be any node. Okay, so this is where you will write your code. See, you are actually calling this function, and before actually going to either left or right, you can do some operation. So that is the region 1. And region 2 is once you have done left and right, meaning if you're talking about this node 3 here, you can only reach to this region 2 for this node 3 once you have done processing this whole left hand side subtree plus right hand side subtree. So this region 2 comes when you are about to return from here, but just before returning, so just before hitting this and curly braces, if you want to do any operation, then you will do that operation in region 2. So if you observe this closely, this whole program is based on region 2, which is like from here to here. We just check if root is equal to null, then we return 0 in region 1. That is a primary check, right? We all know that. So the whole thing is inside this region. So now you would have understood that we are going to calculate this whole thing when you are returning from that particular node. Okay, I think I'm clear. Let's try to traverse. So root is 1. You have 1 here, 4 and 5. So you reach here. This is not true because you have root. You will go find minimum distance with roots left, which is 3. So you will call 3. You will reach 3 here and 4 and 5. Similarly, you will go inside this, and then this time you will call with 4 because 3's left is 4. You have 4, 4 and 5. Correct? You reach here. It's okay. You will call roots left. Left for this 4 is null. So you will call with null and it will be caught here. So you will be sent with 0. So from somewhere here you are returning with 0. So after getting this 0 here, you will try to go to right, but right is also 0 because right is also null. So you will get 0 from here. Okay, so you received 0 again. Now this is 0, this is 0 for this particular node, and you are going here. So see, if you are at some node and just before returning from current node to the previous node, you will try to do these operations. And what are these operations? We'll see that. Actually, these are not operations, these are the conditions you might be in. So if left and right both are non-zero value, meaning you are LCA, okay? Meaning you are returning from 3. In that case, whatever the value you received from 4 and 5, you will just do the addition of them and that is the answer. So see, minimum distance is a variable. I just forgot to mention this is a global variable. So you'll say left plus right is my answer and you will return 0 from here. If this is not the case, if you are not at the LCA, then you will go for this else if condition. You will check if roots data, which is your current data 4, is n1 or n2, meaning you are trying to find am I at some node which is either 4 or 5. So the answer is 4. Yes, it is correct. So current node is either n1 or n2. So if you are not standing at some node which is LCA, then the second condition you will check is, am I the node which I am looking for? Yes. For this condition, yes. We are looking for 4, right? So yes. Then in that case, there are two possibilities. Either you already have left or right, true, meaning non-zero value, meaning this is the situation. Just forget about what you are looking for. Maybe you are looking for 6 and 4, okay? For just consider that. And currently you are at 3. So the current situation is you have returned from here and value was 1. So your left is 1, okay? So your left was returned 1 here. Right was returned 0 because we are looking for 6, not 5. So this one returned 0. So you have 1 and 0. You will not go inside this because left and right both should be non-zero to go inside this. So this is not the case here. Now roots. So in order to understand this situation, let's suppose I'm looking for the distance between 2 and 6. Okay. So distance between 2 and 6 and currently I'm standing at 2 and done with 6, meaning if this whole stack is for 2, so for 2 left is like 0, okay? So you received 0 for left, but right is like 1. You will receive 1 from right because the distance is 1. How we will know that? But for now you just assume that you are returning 1 from here, okay? So you received 1 from right and 0 from left. And now you are going further. You are supposed to return, but you are having these operations, right? So left and right both are not non-zero, so you will not go inside this. Then you will execute this one. Roots data is n1. So roots data is actually 2 and n1 is 2. So yes, it is true, but roots data is 2 and 2 is 6. This is not true, but it is OR condition. So you will go inside this and see if if left exists. No, but right exists. Yes, right is 1. So you will go inside this and minimum distance would be maximum of either left or right. So what is right? 1. What is left? 0. So the distance becomes max of 0 and 1, which is 1. So see, the distance is actually 1 here. So the answer is 1. Can you see that? So this whole condition is to actually catch if there is situation like 2 and 6, whereas least common ancestor is the node itself what we are looking for. So our original was like 4 and 5. So let's get back to that. And yeah, this is like when you didn't receive either left or right, which is our original case. This is 4, right? We were traversing with 4. So when this roots data was 4 and we were looking for 4 and 5, in that case, now I'm talking about the previous case, okay? This one. So our previous case was you received 0 from left and 0 from right, right? So this was like 0 and 0. In that case, this was not done. And this was also not done because you didn't have either of the case true. So you will go here and then return 1. So now you are returning 1 from here to here. See, now you are saying that I have found 1 and distance from this node to the previous node is going to be 1. That's it. You just did that. Let's suppose this is also not the case. Then you have this case like current node is neither n1 nor n2 but coming in between n1 and n2 path. What I mean is, let's suppose you are looking for 4 and 6 and you are at third location. I mean, you are at this node, then this condition would be true. How? We'll see that. Let's suppose you're looking for 4 and 6, okay? N1 and N2. So this is 4 and this is 6. And let's suppose you are currently at this location and you are just supposed to return from here. Then only you will come to this region, right? This is very clear, correct? So you're at this location. So roots data is now 3. So let's make this 3 and n1 is 4. This is correct. So let's compile this again. From left hand side, you would have received 1, okay? So let's make it 1. But from the right hand side of this 3, you would have received 0 because you are not looking for 5, right? You're looking for 4, so you received 1. So this is 1 and then this is 0. So 1 and 0 is the condition. So left is 1 and right is 0. You will not go inside this. You will not go inside this because roots data is 3, which is not equal to 4. And roots data is 3, which is not equal to 6. Okay? So you will not go inside this. You will come here. And now see, left is 1. Okay? So this is true. Now you will go here and return what? Max of left or right plus 1. So this is 1. This is 0. Max of this is 1. 1 plus 1, 2. So you return 2 from here to 1. Cool, right? So obviously from 4 to 3 it is 1 and then 3 to 1 it is another 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. So the whole left subtree is like 1 and 1. So it's like 2. Now what remains is like this and this condition. So which is going to be 2 and 2 plus 4 and you will have 4 and 6 distance answer equal to 4. Okay. So this is for that condition. And let's suppose you are not hitting either of these 3 conditions, then you will hit this 4th condition, which is current node is neither n1 nor n2 and not coming in between n1 and n2 path, which is 5. So let's remain at the current situation only. We are looking for n1 and n2, which is 4 and 6, which is this 4 and 6. And let's suppose you are at this location right now. Okay. So for left also you would receive 0. For right also for this node you will receive 0. So here left and right both would be 0 and 0. So you are not going to go inside this condition because you are not having both true. You are not going to enter into this else if also because roots data is currently 5 and we are looking for 4 or 6. So this is not getting true in either of the cases. So you will not go inside this also. Then you will try to go to this one, but left and right both are 0. So you will not go and hit this also. So what remains? This one. And with combination of these 4 conditions, this one, this one, this one, and this one, you will actually end up having the correct result into this minimum distance variable. This is some integer global variable, okay? Min distance. And the time complexity, very important part. Why I'm telling this is a really good solution is because if we see, we have only one pass. That's it. And in previous case, like in first case, what I explained was order of 3n, and second case was also like order of 3n because we had to find LCA and then we had to find the level for n1 and find the level for n2. So this is also like 3n, but our case is like order of only single n. So I know this is constant, but still interviewer may ask you to think about the better approach, and this is really a good approach. So you just have to remember all these 4 conditions. You cannot swipe these conditions. Actually, you can swipe this first condition and second condition. So it doesn't matter if you keep this one first and this one second, doesn't matter, but you cannot swipe any other this thing. Okay. So I hope I was clear. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next videos. Bye bye. Take care.